So we've got drywall in the garage, and one of the big reasons for that was because we wanted to go grass outside, and that was to get this hose bib done out here. And now the next step is really to do the floor in here, so do the concrete coating on the floor all around. And so in order to do that, we have a lot of siding piled up here, and that is because this outdoor wall here still needs to get sided. And so in order to do that, we need to put the concrete countertop on these outdoor cabinets here. So it's one thing after another, and today we are talking about how to do your own outdoor concrete countertop. This episode is sponsored by Concrete Countertop Solutions and their Z Form concrete forms. We'll get into that in this episode. Let's get to it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. It might sound weird, but we need to get a concrete countertop done outside in order to get this siding off the floor and onto this wall, and then eventually coat this floor. So one thing after another. Again, today's episode is sponsored by Concrete Countertop Solutions and their Z Form concrete form product. I'm super excited to try using this. Today is going to be part one where we're prepping for concrete. So let's turn this camera around, get outside, and look at the situation and see what we need to buy from Home Depot to get this done. All right, guys, so drywall looks good. We're mudded, we're taped, we're sanded, and now let's get outside here and take a look at the countertop. So you guys know we've had these aluminum cabinets out here all winter. We had to do some work back here with running the gas line and then grounding the gas line and running the outlet for the grill. And so everything is pretty well taken care of now. And now we just need to get a countertop on here. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to measure how much cement board we need, because that is gonna be our foundation for the concrete countertop. And then we're gonna go to Home Depot and we're gonna buy a few things to get this ready, prepped, and ready to go to pour some concrete. All right, guys, so we are roughly 24 and a quarter, or just under 3/8, 24 and 3/8 wide by just over 9 feet long for here. So we're gonna need a few sheets, and we'll have a seam in the middle, and we will try to put the seam on one of these wide areas where the cabinets come together to give it some extra support. So let's go get some concrete board. We'll also get some silicone to put down, and that's how we're going to fasten this, just in case we want to replace the countertop in the future and not ruin the cabinets. So let's go get that and get back and start cutting. All right, guys, so we have our concrete board and we are going to measure. So concrete board comes in a few different sizes. This is 1/2 inch. Make sure you get the 1/2 inch so you can have the stiffness to support in between each of the cabinet areas. And they come in 3 feet by 5 feet instead of 4 by 8. So we'll measure the overall length here, and then we're gonna figure out which one of these the joint is gonna fall on between the two pieces. So let's get to measuring, and then we will get to cutting. All right, guys, so this is gonna work pretty good. From this end to here, right in the middle of these two cabinets is 5 feet exactly. So I only need to do one cut this way. We are going to have to rip both of the boards down for the width of this, or the depth of this. So I'm going to make my first cut here. I am using a diamond blade on the grinder. You can use a circular saw. I just happen to have a diamond blade for this. When you're cutting concrete, make sure you have a diamond blade. And so PPE, hearing protection, gloves, and safety glasses. So let's get to this. All right, guys, so we have the cut piece up here, and we've got it right up to the edge over here. This is the seam where there's support on both sides, and we've got the full piece right here, and this goes right up to the edge over here. So we just need to measure to cut this excess off. Make sure you figure out which edge you want on the front. It doesn't really matter since you're going to be using the Z edge on this, but I kind of want to have the cut side on the back and then this side up front to make it look nice and keep it consistent between the two parts. So let's figure out the measurement here, and we'll mark these and we'll cut them both. All right, guys, so we have all the cement board cut. Everything is as flush as it can be, both on the front edge as well as the side edge here. So did pretty good. I would certainly recommend, I didn't think I was gonna like this. I thought I was gonna want the circular saw, but for doing some touch up and just some spot removal to make sure everything aligns correctly, I did certainly like this angle grinder. So you can see there is just a little bit of play with this, just some bowing in it. So next step is going to be cutting to length the Z forms. So let's get those out, let's lay them out, and let's get them cut to length for this. So this is the box you get with the countertop edging. And depending on the length of your countertop, and if you're coming up to a corner, or if you're going to have three edges like we are, or even if it's going to be an island in the center of your patio or your kitchen, there are a number of different styles of edge that you can do. So we went with the full bullnose, so that is what should be in here. And so let's get this unpacked and start laying it out so we can measure it and cut to length. All right, guys, so I have the bullnose just kind of pushed on here with my finger here, but the cool thing about these countertops is once you pour them, then there's this right by my thumb, this joint between the bottom section and the top here. And what you do is you just pull down on this front section and this pops off. So from here all the way down to here will be gone, and then this plastic on the inside will still be left over, but you'll never see that. And so you get this counterform that kind of comes around. And so what we'll do is we will extend this out to here, and we'll cut another piece for this side. But I just wanted to show you kind of what it's going to look like. And this is the full bullnose for the countertop. So included in the kit is also this back section here. So this is going to go up against the wall, and obviously it will come out this way to interface with our bullnose that we're gonna run along this edge. But yeah, so we will, I'm not actually sure if we're gonna do that, if we're going to run bullnose along this edge, or if we're just gonna use this backer and have a flat side here. You can kind of choose whichever way you want to do it. I'm going to lay it out a few different ways and we'll get it figured out, but buy a little extra just in case you need to figure out what side you're going to do. All right, guys, so we have everything cut to length. The only thing we really need to do is do the notching here. So a little oscillating tool will get that real nice. I don't have one of those right now. I'll have to borrow one from the neighbors. But we got all the 45s cut. So these will line up here right on the edge of the countertop. And so then we also have the back cut. So a little bit longer than the standard 8 feet. So we needed to go a little bit more here, roughly 26 inches with the 2-inch bull nose that's over here. So we have everything cut, everything ready. And so now, once we get a good weather day, where it's good weather all day and not just, sunshine right now and then rain in the afternoon, then we will get the concrete board silicone down to the cabinets. We will start drilling all the holes. We will screw the actual forms to the concrete board. We'll get the mesh laid in. We'll silicone all the cracks, everything, all the way around, and then we'll get ready to pour. But now what we're going to do is we are going to do a practice pour of one bag and one batch of concrete, and just to see what color it turns out like, to make sure that's the color we're going to want for our countertop. Well, guys, it's absolutely spring in Wisconsin, and we weren't even able to pour the sample pour because it's been raining off and on all weekend long. So I'm gonna end the video here. Hopefully we'll get a few good days coming up this coming week where we can do that pour, and then hopefully there will be a weekend day, or I'll just have to stay home one day and get the concrete countertop done with the pour and the mesh and everything like that. But we will tag the trial pour into the final pour, and so you will see what happens then. So thank you so much for watching Detached Garage. If you have any questions about the process, please put that down in the comments below. A huge shout out to our sponsor, Concrete Countertop Solutions, and their Z Counterform product. They also have a pool product as well, so if you're putting in a pool, make sure to go check out their website. So this is the end of part 1. We will get to part 2. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next episode.